saying that there's probably never been a storm of this magnitude that affects so many people, at once. And so we just keep them all in our prayers. In fact, I have some people from Florida at my home today that we're sharing with.
Awesome.
But who is Dr. Walitha Williams? Well, I'm a naturopathic doctor, and basically I used to have an office where I just saw clients on a regular basis. But a few years ago, I decided to close that office, and I'm actually work out of my home, and I work with individuals, I work with families, corporations, any type of organization. I'm available as a public speaker. I do workshops, cooking classes, any type of health coaching. And our goal with our coaching is to help each individual to reach their optimal, vibrant health, and to reach it without total dependence, and hopefully without any dependence on prescription drugs and different procedures. What we do is all natural, just supporting the body's own natural healing ability. Because we know that the body has the ability to heal itself in many instances. If you think back, the last time you cut your finger, you don't have to intervene. It will heal itself. So the body wants to heal. It is designed for healing. But there are actually two things that stand in the way of that healing capacity. And one of those things is something we call toxicity. In other words, you've been taking something into your body that does not support health. So that's a problem, because we know that our foods are processed, refined, bleached, and you begin to read the ingredients on some of the labels, and you're just wondering what is really in there. So that is one of our main focus, is to get people to understand what toxicity is. But even when people, and you hear a lot of people today who are saying, I'm eating clean, okay? But we're still breathing the same air, okay? And we're still drinking the same water. And so everyone is going to incur some toxicity at some point in time, okay? And these toxins can build up in the body over time, and unless you take some steps to remove the toxicity, to remove these poisons from your system, they can cause a problem later on. Okay. The other item, the other thing that stands in the way of the body's own healing is deficiencies. And that's a big, big issue today, because a lot of our foods are very high in calories, but they're very low in nutrients. So you can consume. You are trying to feed the body. The body is calling for nutrition. That's why you have cravings. That's why you're hungry. And you're just eating to look for nutrients, but no nutrients are available. So that's how we end up taking in far too many calories in that quest for nutrition.
Wow, that's powerful. And you talked about the toxins, and I want to just ask you, in regards to cleaning, making sure that your body is being clean, I would say on a daily basis or yearly basis, how often would you suggest someone to do a detox or to cleanse their system?
Well, I normally recommend at least quarterly.
Okay.
To do some type of, just whole body detox or cleanse.
Okay.
But on a daily basis, you have to drink water.
Okay.
You have, and the goal really right now is 1 gallon of water per day. That's the goal. Okay, and that's just the baseline. If you do activity, you may need more.
Right.
And because we're finding the body is 80% water. So you have to drink water. Okay, and that's a part of that daily cleansing, because there are certain parts of the body that cleanse on a daily basis, and some on a few days, but you figure the longest would be every 7 years you get new organs. So, but every 17 days, for instance, you get a new skin.
Right.
Okay. So you have to pay attention to daily elimination. A lot of people don't like to talk about, pooping, but
The pretty word
you
for
should
it.
be pooping after every meal.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And if you're not, then you need to take some steps to change that. Okay. Because you think about it, you can just observe the animals, for instance.
Right. Right.
You feed your dog, right? And you're going to take him out.
Right.
Okay. So that's the way systems are supposed to work.
Right.
And so that's one thing that you have to pay attention to. And today, with our busy schedule, our lifestyle, it doesn't really allow us to pay attention the way we once did. And so this is really our call to empowerment, is that each individual will feel responsible for their own health.
That's right.
You cannot just go along and think that, I can eat anything, I can sleep, I can just do anything, and if something goes wrong, I'll just go to my doctor. Those days are over. Okay? Because there was one time when a doctor was almost like a member of the family, almost like your uncle. Okay, he knew you, knew your family. Hey, he had been interested in your well-being for years and years and years. But those days are over. To now, you see one doctor one time, the next time you may see another one. And I find people are going to a lot of different specialties. You may be going to 5 different doctors, and believe it or not, they don't talk to each other about your situation.
That's right.
So you are the only person who has all the pieces of your puzzle, your health puzzle. So it puts the burden on your own shoulders to realize what's going on with health. And today's topic, listen. It's very important to listen and pay attention, because we say the body is whispering. And that means you may have some symptom, okay? And it's a symptom that is easy to live with. It's easy to just bypass it, or maybe even get an over-the-counter medication for it, okay? But what we're finding is that when we don't pay attention to those small beginning symptoms, nothing stays the same. So what will happen in the end is it will escalate. And when it escalates, then it's not a simple fix. It was probably a simple fix at some point, but when you get a diagnosis, now you're looking at Herculean effort to reverse it.
Yeah. And that's very, very true. And it's just amazing, you guys. I'm going to say that I met Dr. Williams maybe about, 3 years ago or
Probably.
4 years ago? It's been a while. And, she always keep in contact with me. And I'm going to blame this on myself. She would send me messages. She know that I'm not going to say the word suffer. But the doctor stated, that's how my mama told me to say it.
Right, yes. Okay, yeah, that's the
so,
best way.
right.
Yeah.
So we're not going to accept it. So the doctor stated that I have arthritis and fibromyalgia. And Dr. Williams have been trying to help me for the last couple of years in regards to this condition, okay? And I'm telling you that this condition that I was diagnosed with is of the devil, okay? And I'm going to say that wholeheartedly, because when I say that I'm in chronic pain every single day, it's very hard. Like, I'm mobile during the day, but at night I'm paralyzed. I can't even move. It's hard for me to get up. Once I wake up in the middle of the night, I have to rock myself up like I'm in a rocking chair to get out of the bed. I can't just roll over or turn over like the average person. I'm talking about screaming at the top of my lungs because I'm in so much pain. It feels like my bone is coming through my skin. If I sit on my couch, it feels like my bone is coming out of my back. I'm just trying to explain it to you so that you understand. So I know that this lady is sitting by me for a reason, okay? 4 to 5 years later, but there's a reason behind everything. And it's just amazing because a lot of times I call my mom. I talk to her every morning. and she'll ask me, Kristle, how did you rest? And I just tell her, it is what it is. I count it all joy in the midst of it all. I try to continue to push through regardless of everything that I encounter on a daily basis. But people look at me during the day and they think that there's nothing wrong with me. And they have no idea what I go through at night. Just in the bed is just amazing.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad that we're finally connecting.
Yes.
And that I believe that your future is going to be much brighter.
Absolutely.
And one day you'll look back and say, wow, what a nightmare. I'm glad I woke up.
Absolutely.
It's time to wake up.
Absolutely.
It's time to wake up. Because one thing that we have found is no matter how serious the diagnosis, no matter how rare it is,
right,
you will find that there is someone on planet Earth who has beat it.
That's it.
And so it's a matter of accessing information. And we are now in the age of information. It's all about information.
That's true.
And
That's
so
true.
you can access the information, and then the next question is being able to make those changes, because always it's going to involve change. And we as human beings are creatures of habit.
Right.
And most of what we do on a daily basis, believe it or not, 80% or more is due to habit. We don't rethink it every day.
Right.
Okay. So what we have to do is, we have some principles of health, and we start to rethink some of those habits and be able to change just one thing at a time. And I think this is an important point, because a lot of people think, well, one day I'm just going to cross over this big bridge and everything is going to be different.
Right.
I'm just going to change everything. But that doesn't work that way. Okay. You start with small changes. Just as I mentioned earlier with water. Just start there. That would be one thing.
And then, and I hate to interrupt, for myself, the water is not the issue. I can drink a gallon of water a day. But I'm one of those emotional eaters or stressful eaters. So when I am stressed or going through things, I put the wrong things in my mouth. So I just was talking to my mom, and I told her, I said, I wish that I was able to get something to take this sugar craving away from me. Because I feel like if I can get rid of this sugar, then I can kind of control everything else, little by little. That's my main problem. I just love sweets.
Well, that's quite a common problem, and I'm very familiar with that problem, because there are a lot of people with that same thing, because our food supply has inundated with sugar.
Right.
And so what it has done is caused our bodies to actually switch over and begin to burn this sugar for energy.
Right.
Whereas our bodies are actually built to burn fat for energy.
Right.
So I actually have a program, which is a body transformation program, which can actually switch your body back into looking for fat for energy instead of looking for the sugar.
Wow.
Because when you have that sugar craving, your body is looking for that sugar for energy. It's switched over because it's easy. So that's the, what do you call it? The path of least resistance is to go with the sugar. But it can be done, and we have found a lot of success in just 8 days. Just 8 days of following a very programmed regimen of eating, and your body it will coalesce.
Right.
Okay, it will coalesce
Awesome.
In just 8 days.
Awesome. And I just want to say thank you for sharing that, and then also to your lovely daughter who we have in the studio with us as well. Of course, she don't want to show her face, but shout out to Lindsay, who's sitting with us here in the studio. Just a pleasure to have you here as well, Lindsay. And she has been sharing with me, the different programs, and I see the transformation that has taken place with her, and seeing her pictures and things of that nature. So I know for sure it works. It's whether or not you want to accept it and work it.
That's right.
That's it.
And one thing, sometimes people, they think it's one shot, but really, You
not.
keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
You keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
If at first you don't succeed, try
again.
You never
Mm-hmm.
give up.
Oh my
because
God.
it is an ongoing process.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a destination. It's not like I'm just going to go on a trip and I'm going to arrive.
Right.
It's going to be an ongoing process.
Exactly.
I mean, we are all going to be struggling, but the thing about it is getting the right information so that we know which direction to head in.
That's it.
Because many people I meet and they're saying, I really want to change my diet.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to eat better. But they really have no idea what that entails or what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a
That's
friend,
true.
and I think you might have seen one of Lindsay's posts where she was actually eating out,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so very healthy.
That's good.
But, you just have to know what to
eat.
choose,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
make better choices.
Right.
And of course, be willing to prepare your own food occasionally.
Yes.
Yeah. And
yes.
that's a big step.
That's hard. That's hard. But
So-
I went to the grocery store today, and I went and picked up a few things, and my son was like, "Can I have this?" I said, "No." It was candy. "Can I have this?" No. Was it different items that he wanted that I know was sweets? So I was like, no, if I'm trying to make changes, I have to make sure that he's making those changes as well.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, but that felt good for me to be able to say, no, you can't have that. But normally I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. And those, what do you call those things? Those tackies that give you stomach ulcers pretty much, those little hot chips. Those are another thing that those little kids are so much into. They're into the tackies, but those things are not healthy. It's
that would be a bad choice.
That's just putting a hole in your stomach, and that's what they had this post on Facebook just kind of roaming around in regards to, the tackies and that they cause cancer. Now, I don't know how true that is, but who knows,
Well, the thing about it is a treat is a treat. But
yes.
You can't make a treat the main thing.
Right.
That's really, the overall trend of what are you consuming on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be real food.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what we call real live food.
That's
and
it.
we begin to read the ingredients if it's packaged. And the rule is, first of all, if you cannot pronounce the word, don't eat it. When you come to those long words, that's not a food word.
Right.
Yeah, you know your food words. You know carrot. You know tomato.
Right.
You know potato. If you see a
Beets.
word, it doesn't sound like. You can't even pronounce it. That's plastic.
That means stay away from it.
In fact, even,
Wow.
I hate to mention, but even Dr. Oz said, you see a package of food and it has a picture on there, and the picture is a picture of real food.
Uh-huh.
But you'd probably be better off to eat the package.
Wow.
There's more nutrients in the package than
wow.
in the processed food.
That's unreal.
And, we're finding we have to reintroduce real food because we actually have kids, and maybe even some young adults now, who know French fry, but they have no idea
What's
that
in
this
that
is
thing.
a potato. So we have to go back to basics.
Right.
Yeah, we have to go back to basics and begin to feed our bodies
Right.
the wholesome, natural, live food. If you look at that food and you could imagine, at one point this was growing. It was an actual live plant or animal. Because you may not know this, you probably don't know this, but hey, they actually changed the definition of food a few years ago. It's no longer just plant or animal. It's anything you can eat.
Wow.
And so that lets you know that, hey, some of the things that are actually available and they're presented to us as
Right.
foods, it's really not food
Right.
in the traditional sense of the word.
Yikes.
It's processed beyond recognition. So that's,
And we need more people in the world like yourself that's educated, that can educate us in regards to just the basic. I mean, more besides the basic, but just starting with the basic, because you have to start somewhere and then go from there. But however, it's just amazing all the different. You go to the grocery store and there's so much to choose from. You don't know what to get, what not to get. I try to just create a list to make sure that I just don't go in the store and just go grocery crazy. I can try to pick out my healthy things.
Right.
Because if I don't have a list,
and
I won't
definitely
do it right.
Don't go to the grocery store
Hungry,
on empty
right?
You're doomed to failure when that happens.
Exactly.
But the perimeter of the store is where you want to go, not the center.
Right.
The perimeter. That's where
true.
you find the whole
The
produce.
organic.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
where you find the whole produce.
Uh-huh.
But in the middle section, that's where you find the processed foods. And, if it's in a cardboard box, you probably don't want that.
Right.
Okay.
Wow. Now, do you have a garden? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I do, actually.
Okay.
And I even have herbs on my front steps.
Oh, wow. So I just need your address. And Lindsay, when you see me out there,
You're welcome.
I'm just be
Come
picking.
over. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I shop at farmers markets quite a bit also. But believe it or not, even just a regular Kroger, there are a lot of healthy choices. More and more healthy choices because people are actually demanding it.
That's it.
Yeah. People are demanding it.
Yeah.
Just for instance, and I'm not trying to promote a brand, but like the cranberry juice, it used to be made of high fructose corn syrup.
Okay.
But people began not buying it. People stopped buying it.
Got it.
They took it out.
Got it.
They took it out, and so it's no longer in there. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And it tells you, sometimes you see no HFCS, that's no high fructose corn syrup.
Got it.
That's why.
Wow.
So we can change things. And that's how most change in society actually happens. It happens from the ground up with just people making better choices and making better decisions. That's how it usually happens. It doesn't happen from the top.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
People demand it. So I'm excited about what's happening with health today because over the last 30 years, I can see a big shift in people wanting to
make changes,
become empowered and make changes.
Because, and it's so many people. Oh my God. They were talking, and I think it was something else I saw on Facebook, how the African American people are so with high blood pressure and diabetes and different things of that nature. There's so many of us out there that are suffering with high blood pressure, diabetes, just different diseases in general. And they talk about it comes from the food. It comes from the food. And I know for myself, that's why I say I got to try to get away from the sweetness because the sweet tooth. That my daddy gave me. Let me say that because I'm gonna blame it on my daddy. He loves sweet, and so do I. But it's not good for the arthritis. It's not good for the fibromyalgia.
No, it's very bad.
A lot of times I get up. One day I can be walking, and the next day I can't walk at all. Or I'm limping, or I'm bent over because of the pain and different things that I'm going through. But it all starts in the food. But at the same time, you have to have that mindset. You have to do a mindset change.
Yes.
And then on the top of that, you have to have somebody that can hold you accountable.
Yes.
Come look in your refrigerator if need be, and in your pantry if need be.
We call it a kitchen makeover.
That's it. A kitchen
we
makeover.
Will throw it away.
That's it. So, having that person that can definitely hold you accountable. I had a interview last week, Sunday, with my dear friend Angie, and I think she's still on as well. And she's into health and things of that nature. And we kind of talked about some of the same things on last week. But it's just a blessing, and it's something that I think the topic needs to continue on the regular to
and I would like to appeal. I want to appeal to all the Christian ladies, especially the leaders.
Wow,
because leaders lead, and there are people who follow. And so if you are a leader, a pastor, apostle, prophetess, overseer, these are our Christian ladies who are leaders, and I want to just make a call to action to just embrace this movement for better health among the ladies. Because in many families, I would dare say most families, the ladies are buying the groceries, and the ladies are actually choosing the diet for the whole family.
Right.
And this is I think an international phenomenon, because I noticed we've talked to the relief efforts, and they go into impoverished nations, and they say they'll give a bag of rice to a guy, and it might be a father even, and they may go out and sell that rice. Okay.
Wow.
And do what else with the money. But if they give it to the mother,
Mm-hmm.
they found that she's going to make something out of that.
That's right.
She's going to feed the children.
That's right.
Maybe even make food and sell it for others,
Mm-hmm.
and get money for their clothing, for their schooling. And so it's really important to understand our role in this is a major role.
Right.
And we are the leaders.
Right.
So we want to lead in a good direction, in a healthy direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you don't have your health, you cannot live the life that you want to live. You cannot make that important contribution to society that you were born to make.
Right.
Because just as you say, when you're in pain, there may be a meeting, maybe there's a gathering
Mm-hmm.
that you want to attend. Maybe it's a community meeting. Maybe it's a church meeting. Maybe it's PTA for your son or your daughter. But when you're in pain, you're going to think about, do I really need to go to this meeting?
Yeah.
And so this is our goal, is to help everyone to reach that optimal, vibrant health so that you can participate and make that contribution that is important to make to the family, to the community, and to the world at large.
That's it. And you guys, I'm going to just take a pause right there, and we're going to take a quick commercial break. Also, for our listening audience that's calling in on this afternoon, if you are interested in talking to Dr. Williams or myself, please feel free to press 1, and I will make sure that I get you into the studio to speak to Dr. Williams or myself, Kristle Shanell. Also, Facebook Live, I did get your messages in regards to that you can hear us, but you can't see us. So I'm going to log off. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'm going to log off and come back on. So if you give me about 2 minutes, then I'll be back on Facebook Live in just a moment. And Periscope, if you're out there looking at us as well, please send us some hearts. Let us know that you're able to see us. If not, then I can log off of Periscope and come back on as well. But I love you and I appreciate you, and we'll take a quick commercial break.
We invite you to listen to the Kristle Shanell Show every Sunday on blogtalkradio.com. You can listen in from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. The calling number is 347-850-8557. That's 347-850-8557. Listen live online at blogtalkradio.com/The Kristle Shanell Show, and check out our website at www.KristleShanellMinistries.com. That's KristleShanellMinistries.com. Are you in the music business and just can't seem to find your way? Well, we have a solution to your problem. The new and improved, the One Nation Under God Record Service Plateau.
Are you in the market for a complimentary facial treatment, lip treatment, or hand treatment? Then Kristle Shanell can help. If you would like to host a Mary Kay party, or you would just like to purchase something for yourself or someone else, maybe a friend or relative, please visit www.maryk.com/KrystalJenkins or call 770-715-7949. That's 770-715-7949 to book your appointment or to place your order today. If your New Year's resolution was to get back in shape this year, well, Lifetime Fitness in Johns Creek can help. So be sure to get your results and call Adam at 678-722-5912 if you would like a free pass to the gym or would like to get information on how to join this awesome gym. And tell them the Kristle Shanell Show sent you. 11555 Johns Creek Parkway in Johns Creek, Georgia 30097. GPS it and get your information today.
All right, Facebook Live, let me know whether or not you're able to see us at this moment. Again, Facebook Live, if you're able to see us, just let us know. Periscope, I see you sending hearts, so I'm assuming that you're able to see us on Periscope as well. Again, we're going to go back and take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
We invite you to listen to the Kristle Shanell Show every Sunday on blogtalkradio.com. You can listen in from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. The calling number is 347-850-8557. That's 347-850-8557. Listen live online at blogtalkradio.com/The Kristle Shanell Show, and check out our website at www.KrystalShanellMinistries.com. That's KrystalShanellMinistries.com.
my abuser attacking me and my daughter witnessing the attack. For 8 years, I endured physical, verbal, and emotional abuse. Hi, I'm Kendra Turner, mother, daughter, sister, and survivor of domestic abuse. Because of my story, SODA, Survivors of Domestic Abuse, was birthed. For more info, contact soda.info2015@gmail.com. Are you SODA?
All right. Thanks again for tuning in to the Kristle Shanell Show. I appreciate your time. Again, we're live on Facebook as well as Periscope. Let's see. Okay, so Facebook Live is still saying that they can't see me. Very, very interesting. Not sure exactly what's going on today, Facebook Live. However, maybe it wasn't meant for you guys to see us today. So we're going to just say you need to listen, take notes, and tune in. Of course, I would love for you to share the broadcast. I'm not sure exactly what's going on and why you're not able to see us today on Facebook Live. However, we're going to continue on with the show. I will also post the video a little later, so you'll be able to see the video once the show is over on Facebook Live. I'll share it on Periscope as well as Facebook, so you'll be able to see the video as well. So my apologies, Facebook Live, but definitely invite others to the show. You never know who needs this information, so definitely just invite the listening audience, share the broadcast, share the post once you see it out there on Facebook and Periscope, and we'll be more than happy to hold on one second, you guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. Here we go. Great. Okay, so just make sure that we share it so that someone can listen to the video, see the video, and they're able to be helped on this afternoon. Okay, so again, I have Dr. Williams in the studio with me. Dr. Williams, let me just ask you, how long have you been living a healthy life? Let's start there. Is it all your life?
Well, no, not exactly.
Okay.
But it has gotten healthier, as
Okay.
I gain knowledge about making healthy choices.
Great.
And I would say over the last 20 years has been a major shift in habits.
Okay.
As we've learned more about, the food supply and the needs of the body. But every day almost, we're learning more and more information about how the body functions
Right.
at its peak and what it takes. And we're learning more about what harms the body also. Because as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter how rare the disease is or how advanced it is, you will find that there is somebody on planet Earth who has beat that particular disease.
That's true.
So it's really a message of hope and a message of healing, that no matter what, you can reverse it. You can conquer it. Now, as long as you have it. Now, I have to go back because there was one young lady that I was working with, and I was explaining to her that we have a lot of people who lost their sight
Yikes.
through diabetes or this, that, and other, and they've been able to recover. She tapped me on the shoulder. She said, "No, baby, they removed my eyeballs."
Are you serious?
So now, once it's removed,
oh my God,
you're out of my league.
Oh my God.
Once it's removed, you're out of my league, okay? But as long as you have the organ, these organs can rehabilitate themselves.
My God, today.
We have people who've had kidney trouble. They've been able to rehabilitate. Heart trouble, lung trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It can rehabilitate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And please share, because I know people that have high blood pressure. I know people that have diabetes. And for quite some time, I was all about the holistic. And I still am. I got healed from several things just doing natural treatment and holistic treatment. And I had to share with a couple of people in regards to high blood pressure and diabetes. That could definitely be reversed.
Yes, definitely. In a matter of days. In a matter of hours.
My God, today. Do you hear that? In a matter of
hours.
Come on,
yes,
somebody.
Yes, I have one young lady, and you can see it on our Facebook.
Come on, somebody.
She reversed her diabetes in 72 hours.
My God.
Okay? And so sugar is the enemy.
My God.
And you mentioned it earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you realize.
Yes, ma'am.
That is also the culprit as far as high blood pressure goes. It's the sugar, not the salt.
Yep. And yesterday I was having migraines, and I'm saying to myself, why am I having these migraines? And the Holy Spirit said, it's the sugar.
Yes.
And I took 2 pills. However, woke up this morning with a migraine still, and I was like, okay, why do I still have this migraine? And I like I said, I was listening to God, and He said, it's the sugar, Kristle. So it's the sugar.
It's the sugar.
It's the sugar.
I'll give that voice.
Yes, ma'am.
All of our research has come down to it's the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said earlier, teaching your body to burn fat instead of sugar. Of course, you have to begin by eliminating the sugar from your diet, but you have to replace it.
That's it.
It's almost like sometimes people want to become vegan, or they want to be a vegetarian, and they think, oh, that just means I have this plate and I take the meat off.
Wow.
But it has to be replaced.
Right.
Okay. So you have to add healthy fats to your diet. And even the American Heart Association has pretty much reversed themselves on that score of the fats.
Okay.
You have to have these medium chain fatty acids, and that is something that the brain needs also.
Right.
And that is only found in certain oils such as the coconut oil, palm oil, the butter, olive oil. So
got it.
You can't go to this fake margarine.
Cheap.
Yeah.
89 cents.
You have to have the good fats.
Right.
And you have to just look around, and you may notice this, that many stores have coconut oil. When I first started to use coconut oil, it was very hard to find. You almost had to go to a health food store.
Right.
But now,
grocery
you
stores
can find it
have
at
it now.
Walmart.
And I think I
you
saw
can
it in
find it at
Kroger,
Dollar
too.
Tree. You can find
Dollar
it at
Tree.
Yeah.
Really?
Believe it or not, Dollar Tree has a lot of healthy items.
Wow. And
But you just have to look.
You got to look for them.
In fact, our best deal is what's that place? Big Lots. Hey, I'm giving them a commercial, right?
Okay.
But Big Lots has this huge container of coconut oil for cheap.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you just have to look around, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to look and ask. But these healthy fats are very, very important. We have to eat a rainbow.
Wow.
If you look
Explain
down,
that, because
I know
some people are like, what is she talking about, a rainbow?
Right? Because if you look down at your plate and you see brown and white, there's no life in that. Okay, there's no life in that.
Wow.
So the life is in the colors, the pigments, green especially.
Got it.
So that's why we say eat a rainbow. You're going to see some green on that plate, red, orange, yellow, purple, blue. The life is there. Okay, that's what the life is in the rainbow.
That's right.
So just keep that in mind. When you see that brown and white plate, that's the wrong one. And
Wow.
another thing, hey, if you just ate and you feel really tired and sluggish, like you need
done
a
ate
nap,
the wrong thing.
that's the wrong. Don't eat that again. Because the whole point of eating is to energize your body.
Absolutely. Like I cooked some spaghetti this morning.
Uh-oh.
Right. And like a few minutes later, I was like, oh my God, I need some coffee, because I felt like it was, and even though I used turkey meat,
But what did you use for the pasta?
and the pasta I used wheat.
No.
And see,
No.
it's just amazing because,
No.
and we're getting the knowledge today, you guys,
No.
because see, I was always
No.
told stay away from the, just regular pasta and to use wheat pasta. And I'll just rewind because I go to back and forth to the cancer doctor every 6 months. My doctor tests me to make sure that my condition doesn't turn into bone cancer. So she was one of the ones that said, hey, don't use the regular flour and regular pasta, so forth, so on. I want you to do like a wheat diet and try to stay away from all the... But anyway, okay. that's another show.
Well, it's interesting because,
Uh-huh.
medical doctors don't have a lot of training in nutrition.
Right.
Admittedly so.
Right.
And
okay.
so most of what they get is second, third hand. You
Google,
really,
whatever.
need to talk with someone who
has
specializes
the knowledge.
in that. Yeah,
My God.
Yeah.
My God.
Because the wheat today, like you say, that's a whole.
Wow.
That could be another show.
Right.
But you've heard of GMO? Do you understand
absolutely.
a lot of people don't understand what that means.
Tell them what that means.
When you say GMO, that stands for genetically modified organism. Now, some people think that's the same as hybrid, because we know that over the years we've had hybrid. That means we have crossed different plants of the same species. In other words, maybe you had a big tomato and a small tomato, or one with fewer seeds, or one with thicker skin, but they were all tomato. But when you say genetically modified, that means we're crossing different species.
Wow.
We're not crossing two tomatoes.
Wow.
We might be injecting that tomato DNA with frog DNA.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty deadly.
Oh my
when
God.
you really understand what GMO
And
means.
then you're wondering, we're wondering why we're constantly sick. We're wondering why we have cancer, different things of that nature, because it's in the foods. And if we don't have the knowledge and have someone that can teach us about these different things, how are we going to know? I mean, a lot of times everybody say Google is my best friend. Yeah, Google is your best friend for some situations, but at the same time, Google can give you a heart attack, because you're always on there, researching something, and you got 50 people out there saying something different. Which one are you going to believe? How do you know which one to believe?
That's right. Yeah.
You
have to really know if you're going to do Google. You need to be able to go into Google Scholars.
Right.
That's where you get the peer-reviewed research.
Got it.
Okay?
Got it.
But since you mentioned cancer, and we hadn't really talked about that, but one thing everyone needs to understand is that cancer lives on glucose. Cancer lives on sugar. Without sugar, cancer dies.
Can't live. That's it.
It has to have sugar. So that's another reason why we are actually training our bodies to go back and understand that give your body a chance to burn fat for energy instead of sugar. Because the sugar, and when you look at the average person, the average lady, the average woman here in the United States eats their weight in sugar per year. So that's way too much.
Yeah, let me raise my hand. Absolutely.
So we have to reverse it.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, especially as mothers and grandmothers, you want your health. It's very important. And I guess that's a part of it, is understanding that your health doesn't just affect you. You need to be strong and healthy for your children, your grandchildren.
Mom, everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, you need to be strong.
Wow.
So it's
That's
very
powerful.
important to understand that glucose is the food and the fertilizer of cancer cells.
Wow.
And realize that everybody has those type of cells in your body at any given time. They're just misbehaving cells.
Right.
But we have an immune system that comes in and zap those cells. But with our lifestyle, we could be under stress, we can have a poor diet, we can have deficiencies, so our immune system isn't working the way it should.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it let those cells get out of control, get out of hand. And then you keep feeding them, so we can shut those cells down. by depriving them of glucose.
Wow. You guys, this show is really, really good. And I'm telling you, thank you, Periscope, for the hearts. I see you out there. I love and appreciate you. Thank you for the hearts. Again, we have Dr. Williams here in the studio with me on today. Facebook Live, I see you out there. Thank you for tuning in as well. Please let me know whether or not you guys are able to see us. I know we had some comments a little earlier stating that you weren't able to see us. However, I'm not sure exactly why not. However, I will be posting the video a little later on Facebook as well once the show is over. But again, if someone can just put down in the comments and let me know whether or not you're able to see us on Facebook now. Also, if you're interested in calling in to talk to Dr. I'm calling you Walters. Doctor, and it's amazing. My doctor name is Dr. Walters, Jackie Walters. Shout out to my doctor, Dr. Jackie Walters, from the show Married to Medicine. Love you, dear Dr. Walters. I'm not sure why I'm calling your name, but however, I have Dr. Williams in the studio with me on today. If you're interested in calling in to speak to Dr. Williams, definitely call in at 347-850-8557. Again, the number is 347-850-8557. Okay. Thank you so much, Simone, for that info. I appreciate the update. Thank you so, so much. Again, if you're interested in calling in to talk to Dr. Williams, dial 347-850-8557, press 1, and we'll make sure we get you in the studio. Okay, so I see that this is really good, and I'm just excited because I know that God sent you here today for a reason, and I don't take that for granted. So I want to say thank you, and thank you for being patient with me, because I know you've been trying to help me for literally the last 3 to 4 years, and I should have taken heed back then. I didn't. Due to 1,000 other things, but however, I'm grateful that you're here with me on today.
I'm here and I'll always be here.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so, so much. And I see you brought some material with you. Did you want to talk about that, or you want to just kind of...
I can introduce it.
Okay.
This is a book that I actually put together.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Better Health the Easy Way.
Okay.
Better Health the Easy Way.
All right.
Okay.
Let me show you guys. Here on Periscope, Better Health the Easy Way.
And we always
Facebook
want to
Live.
do things. Hey, no one wants to do things the hard way. Okay, we want to do it the easy way.
Yes.
So this just outlines a few simple changes.
Okay.
That we can make. Everyone can. It's easy.
Okay.
Easy to do. And in here we have the 7 pillars of health.
Okay.
And we mentioned some of them, and I'm going to just tell you what the 7 are.
Absolutely.
Okay. Water. We talked about that one. You have to drink plain water every day.
That's right.
Okay?
I hope you guys taking notes.
Okay. And soda doesn't count.
Right.
Juice doesn't count. Those
Right.
are bad for you anyway.
Right.
Okay. Even juice. Even the pediatricians are now advising the moms, don't give them more than a cup of juice per day.
Wow.
If
That's
you're going to have a
powerful.
fruit, you need the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
for
I was-
a number of reasons.
And I was just fussing at my son today because he was just going back and forth in the refrigerator for juice. And I said, do not get any more juice today. You drink your water the rest of the day. And if you want juice, you come and ask me. Just don't keep going in the refrigerator. And then the next thing you know, I see you 5 cups later. You got this juice fill up to the top,
You know what? We don't even buy juice anymore.
Wow, that's awesome.
We buy the real fruit or not.
Right.
Okay, and number 2 is mobility. And this is an interesting one. This has just come to the forefront over the last year, is to understand the damage of sitting too long. Mobility is important. We all know we have to move. If you don't move, you lose it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
And
it.
I found this out a few years ago because my grandsons were jumping rope. And I said, oh, I can jump. And I didn't realize I hadn't jumped rope in maybe
So long.
30 years. I couldn't do it.
Wow.
I had to learn. I had to go and teach myself all over again. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Okay, and you will be able to keep doing it. Okay, but mobility is very important. If you sit longer than 60 minutes, you could actually do damage to your body.
Wow.
And this damage is irreparable. We thought, oh well, I'll just go work out after work. Nah, that doesn't undo it. There's a muscle, okay, called the hip flexor muscle. And when you sit too long, it causes that muscle to actually shorten.
Wow.
And that is what can cause a lot of back issues.
Okay.
Okay, and there are actually exercises you can do to strengthen that muscle, to
Mm-hmm.
lengthen that muscle, to stretch that muscle called hip flexor. But if you have a job that's sitting, you need to get up every
And move
20 minutes.
around.
Yeah, you have to move around because another part of it is poor circulation in your legs.
That's
if you're
true.
sitting there, you're going to have poor circulation in your extremities.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important. Just if you just stand up, even if it's just a minute or two,
Mm-hmm.
just give yourself a break.
Right.
As far as what goes on with that sitting.
Right.
And we had to add that. Okay, live food, we mentioned that. Hey, read the labels.
That's
Okay.
true. Mm-hmm.
Supplements and herbs, we hadn't talked about that, Kristle.
No,
But
we
we
haven't.
did talk about deficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to correct these deficiencies, you have to supplement. As early as 2002, the American Medical Association published in its journal that every adult in America should be supplementing.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
you know, we know we have to supplement because we already went through this. The foods are depleted.
Right.
In fact, I have read a comparison where it showed the comparison between the nutrients in the foods, say, that your grandparents probably had,
Mm-hmm.
and to now, say,
It's
over
not
the last
there.
50 years.
It's not
you
there.
would just take one example,
Mm-hmm.
orange. Today, you would have to eat eight oranges to get the same nutrition that your grandparents got out of one.
Wow.
It's that different.
Wow.
Yeah, and that goes across the board.
Mm-hmm.
They're testing the fruits and vegetables for nutrients.
Wow.
Because that's why a lot of people, they don't think they need to supplement because they think, oh, I'll just get it from the food.
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to get the level of nutrients that our bodies demand
Mm-hmm.
from the foods because the foods have lower nutrients and our bodies have a higher demand
Right.
because of our lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you could be out here on 285 and somebody cut you off. This the stress. You
Yeah.
could burn 500 milligrams of vitamin C just in that instant. Okay,
Wow.
so we have a higher need for nutrients,
Mm-hmm.
but we're getting a lower intake.
And
So
know,
you have to supplement.
and it's powerful. The lack of knowledge, I tell you, it's just amazing. So I'm hoping that you guys are definitely enjoying the show and you're taking heed to what Dr. Williams is saying to you and just spreading the knowledge because it's needed. And if we don't know, we don't know. And it's okay to not know. I'm learning here myself today. You're not going to know everything, but she's here to help us. So we want to make sure that we receive the help.
The next one is dealing with stress.
Mm-hmm. Lord Jesus.
You have to know how to de-stress.
Help me, God.
Yeah, because see, in the beginning, this was several years ago, we looked at stress as all in your head,
Mm-hmm.
but stress has a physical manifestation, as you
Yeah.
have certainly learned.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Stress
Absolutely.
can give you pain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to have a way to de-stress, have that built into your habit,
Mm-hmm.
have a meditation, have a prayer life, whatever works.
Right.
You must have a way of dealing with
Absolutely.
stress.
Absolutely.
And we talked a little bit about regular elimination.
Yes.
Okay. And so you drink that water, that's going to impact that elimination.
That's right.
Yeah. And if you eat the rainbow,
That's right.
okay, restful sleep.
Hmm.
And it needs
I don't
to
even
be,
know what that
and it
is.
needs to be 8 to 10 hours per night.
My
Okay.
God. 8 to 10 hours.
Yes, of restful sleep. You notice I said restful sleep.
Yeah.
And the sleep you described to me earlier, that's not what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
we got to
It's-
get you straightened
that's,
out.
That's not it.
We have to get you some restful
And you know,
sleep.
I have this Fitbit that I wear on my arm, and it tracks how many times I get up, how many
Right.
times I'm restless, I toss and turn, and it's just off the charts.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's
you
crazy.
can tell when you improve. You can see
Absolutely.
improvement, yes.
Awesome.
And so we're going to be working on that.
Awesome.
Okay. So maybe I'll come back in about 6 months and we'll redo this conversation,
And
you can
don't
tell
have
your
to stay
story.
away that long. you know. I think because of the knowledge that you're giving. I mean, even if we do something once a month, you know, I'll
I'll be glad to.
I'll let you decide on that.
Okay.
But definitely, this is needed.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
needed.
restful sleep. You know, some of the elements of sleep is it needs to be cool.
Mm.
It needs to be dark.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have electronics,
Mm-hmm.
they need to be at
Away.
least, at
Yeah.
least 3 feet away from your
Uh-huh.
head.
Now, what about, like, my little boy likes to go to sleep. He likes to play his jazz music. Now, he tell me that's the way he it's easy for him to fall asleep that
You
way.
saying in earphones?
At night. No. Just
Oh.
with the cell phone. And,
Yeah, that would be okay as long as it's away from him.
Got it.
But do not go to sleep with earphones.
Got it.
Do not do that.
Got it.
I mean, I can show you some horrible pictures.
Really?
Yeah, because those things, it can explode.
Yeah, that's true.
And it can shock you.
That's true.
So
Oh, wow.
You're talking about electricity.
Wow.
So you don't want to fall asleep with that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
tell everybody do not
sleep with headphones. Absolutely.
That's a no-no.
Oh,
Very
wow.
dangerous.
Wow. That's interesting. Again, you guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in on Periscope, Facebook Live, to the listening audience that's online listening as well that has called into the studio. I love and appreciate you. Again, make sure that you're sharing the broadcast, sharing the posts. Again, this show is very, very good, and we know that there's someone out there that's struggling with different things, dealing with different sicknesses and diseases, and if we're able to reverse it, let's reverse it. Dr. Williams just stated a few minutes ago that you're able to reverse diabetes. You're able to reverse high blood pressure. She's going to be helping me with the fibromyalgia and the arthritis, what the doctor stated that I have. But at the end of the day, the show is very, very needed, and we're going to try our very best to have her on the air at least once a month, whenever she sees fit in her schedule, to come back on and bless us, be a blessing, and be able to help us with, even things as far as Dr. Williams. Sometimes when you don't have that knowledge of, even when you go into the grocery store, and let's just say there's something that you need to cook a dish that's in a can. But knowing how to read the labels. A lot
Very
of us
important.
do not know how to read the labels. You have all these canned goods with the
can't
different
pronounce it, don't buy
sodiums.
it.
Okay, that's what she said. If you can't
And,
pronounce it, don't buy it.
And even if it's frozen, it should only be
Wow.
the food that it is.
Mhm.
Shouldn't be any additives.
Mhm.
In fact, somebody brought me one, I think it was some kind of frozen dinner.
Mhm.
We counted. It had 196 ingredients.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
That doesn't even sound right, does it?
Right.
In fact, if you're going to buy a frozen, which is next to the fresh, frozen is the best, but not with sauces.
Right.
Yeah. Just if you're going to buy peas, it should only say peas.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
No salt.
Right.
You're already using the temperature for preservation, so there's no reason to salt it. Yeah.
Interesting. No salt. Wow.
It should only say peas. It should only say broccoli.
Wow. Dr. Williams, tell the listening audience how they can reach you, whether or not that's by telephone, your social media, different things. Tell them how they can find you.
Ask Dr. Waleetha.
Okay.
Ask Diara, Wiletha. Ask Dr. Waleetha. You can find me. You can find my website.
Uh-huh.
You can find me on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I can give my phone number if anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Yeah, they can be. I mean, I take calls.
Okay.
Okay. 404 642 3525.
Repeat it again for me.
404
Mm-hmm.
642 3525.
Now let me ask y'all, what doctor y'all know that y'all have their cell phone number? Okay, and let me look into the screen so you see me. What doctor do you have their personal cell phone number, their contact information? Okay, she just provided you with her direct telephone number, same number that I have. Okay,
And just mention, hey, and
somebody
just
said,
mention the Kristle Shanell show.
That's
and
right.
That's 20-minute free consultation.
That's right.
No charge.
No charge. 20-minute free consultation. Just mention that you listen to the Kristle Shanell show, and that's 20-minute free consultation. Thank you so much. Who's this? Bootleg that. They said nobody has the doctor's personal telephone number. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. I love and appreciate that. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
is your
right.
health coach.
That's right. Your health coach, Dr.
Yeah.
Williams. Again, she gave you her website. Dr. Williams, tell them your website one more time, because I'm sure a lot of people like to be visual.
Ask Dr. Waleetha.com.
.com.
Yeah, ask Dr. Letha. And I'm on Facebook. And, you can find me with Letha Williams. You can find me on Facebook. And, I take every contact.
Okay.
It could be email. You can email me at hello at askdrletha.com.
I love it. I love it.
So you can send me email. I take everything except pigeons. It can be email, phone call, messenger, however.
Great.
Just get in touch, and we're going to do all we can to help you.
Great.
And, we are actually training ambassadors to do what we do.
That's right.
In helping people.
That's right.
And so because, I can only talk to so many people in a period of time.
That's right.
So we're actually expanding our influence by actually training ambassadors.
Wow.
So if anybody's interested in becoming an ambassador, let me know.
I love it.
And you are already an ambassador. Because you are
I
sharing.
am excited. I'm excited. You guys, wow, that's powerful. And you just never know how God is going to operate. And there's, like I said earlier, there's a reason behind everything. I want to definitely just ask you in regards to alkaline water. Let's talk about alkaline water versus the regular water from your kitchen sink, the filters, things of that nature. Because a lot of us, I was told that the alkaline water, of course, is a more healthier water for you to drink. It keeps certain diseases and things of that nature away versus the regular Kroger water that we buy from the grocery store or any grocery store.
Well, you really hit a nerve.
I saw your facial
and
expression.
I don't like to tell a lot about water because I want people to feel comfortable, drinking some water.
Right.
But when it comes to water, the best water is the water that you filter at your own
home
sink. Yeah, that you have a water filter. And we're finding that in the case of alkaline water is actually the best water for you is hydrogenated water. And this is what we're moving to is we actually have filters available that add this molecule of hydrogen into the water. And we have over 300 studies that actually show that adding this molecule of hydrogen to the water actually accelerates healing for over 150 diseases.
My God.
And, we talked a lot about alkaline water a while back, and come to find out, in the process of creating the alkaline water, we added hydrogen. It was the hydrogen all along.
Wow.
Believe it or not. And that's the latest on the water.
Wow.
But we actually have a filter that is available, and this filter removes all your pesticides, herbicides, chlorine, fluorine, fluoride, bromide. We have a epidemic of thyroid issues, especially among young women. And this is precipitated by the fluoride and the bromide.
Wow.
See,
Wow.
bromide is not only in the water, but it's in any commercially baked goods. Because you see brominated flour,
Wow.
that is what's messing with your thyroid. Okay?
Unbelievable.
So if you get cakes or cookies, you have to look and see if unbrominated flour has been used. Okay.
And I have a girlfriend, she's one of my dear friends and sister in Christ, that suffers with this, and I'm going to share that with her because that's very, very powerful.
Yeah.
And then
fluoride.
And then also, you guys, stay tuned because we will definitely have a show too. Just pretty much. Let me ask you this: do you sell You said you do sell the filters?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you tell the listening audience how much that would be if they were interested in purchasing?
That water filter that gives the hydrogen. Well, that one is available with no money down, and you make payments.
Okay.
And so it just depends on which model you choose. But the top model is $2,900. That's the top. That's as much as it could be.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. As much as it
And
could
it
be
has
is
a
$2,900.
lifetime. With a
Oh,
lifetime
Lord.
warranty.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we have people who pay as low as $30 a month.
A month, okay.
Which is what you're paying in the bottled water anyway.
Okay.
And then, in the case of bottled water, we knew a while back that it wasn't good to freeze it, and it wasn't good to let it get too hot. But we're finding out it's not good at all. because the process, the injection process of filling the plastic bottles releases the plastic right there. So it's,
Wow.
and this plastic is known to disrupt your estrogen,
My God.
and for men, their androgen.
My God.
So the bottled water
We don't need them
is
problems.
creating havoc for our reproductive system,
Right.
men and women.
And you know,
Bottled
it's,
water.
my mom have been telling me over the last years. I used to just like to keep things plastic, you know, and she kept fussing with me and fussing with me and fussing with me. Give it all this plastic.
Yeah.
You know, I still keep a little bit of it, you know, but for the most part, I try to just throw out everything that I get that's just plastic because again, you just heard what Dr. Williams stated. I mean, it's you don't know, you know, the
know.
lack of knowledge.
I didn't know.
My
Until
goodness.
I knew.
Right. Wow.
We have many, and since I've gone with this hydrogen water, we have people even with your diagnosis, what you were talking about. You have people who are feeling much better just switching the water, just switching the water. One lady wasn't unable to walk, and before she finished 1 gallon of the water, she was able to walk. Yeah.
Wow. And you know, my spiritual mom, shout out to my spiritual mom, Dr. Regina Gibbs, Dr. Prophetess Regina Gibbs, she was telling me about the water. And, you know, so I would love to talk about that again, you know, on one of the future shows and give them a little
really
bit.
Dig into that.
Really dig into that. You know, because of course, you know, within an hour and a half, you think you have so much time, but before you know it, the show is over, you know. But again, would love to, you know,
I'll be glad to.
Yeah, share some
Maybe
more
I could
information
even bring
about that. Absolutely, and do a demonstration. Yeah, that'll be really, really good. Really good. You guys, this month, September, is Pain Awareness Month, and it's just amazing because I wanted to. I have monthly events, and I try my best to have a event every month. This month, for some reason, I think God wanted me to do something different. And this is my confirmation of what he wanted me to do. And I was like, okay, God, you know, I wasn't too pressed about doing the event. At first I said I was, and then some things got switched around. However, again, September is Pain Awareness Month. I wanted to have an event and have someone come out and demonstrate the water for the month of September. But it's just amazing how things worked out. And now that I know that you sell the water, I didn't even know you did that portion. I thought it was just the herbs and things of that nature. But anyway, God is good. We'll definitely come back on the air and, you know, share some more information in regards to the water very, very soon. Like I said, this show is going to be pretty much something that we can incorporate monthly so that you guys can, Dr. Williams will definitely be here to encourage you, empower you, give you the knowledge and the understanding that you need. You guys, of course, if you're interested in, you know, being in the audience for the Kristle Shanell show, I would love for you to be in the audience. Just make sure that you're, you know, send me a message on Facebook, inbox me on social media, things of that nature, and I'll be more than happy to have you in the audience so that you're able to be here live in person with Dr. Williams as well, and you're able to touch her like I am able to right now. But again, we love and appreciate you. We thank you so much for tuning into the Kristle Shanell show. Again, you guys, if you're interested in talking to Dr. Williams, make sure that you call into the studio at 347-850-85. Let me repeat that, 347-850-8557. Again, the number is 347-850-8557. Press 1 and we'll make sure we get you in the studio to talk to Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams, was there anything that you wanted to talk about that we may have not covered thus far in the show?
Well, you know, I have a ton of ideas. But, you know, the main thing is for people to just feel empowered. And just don't feel intimidated by, you know, your medical professional.
Right.
Just realize that, you know, they're telling you their take based on their training, which is mainly about how to manage symptoms. When you go in and you know this very well, you tell them your symptoms, and they're basically going to write your prescription to get rid of that symptom.
I'm telling you.
So that's, you know, and then you can end up as a lady who contacted me this week, and she ended up with 16 different prescriptions. And that's not
That's
the most I've
crazy.
seen, but 16 different ones.
Mhm.
And, you know, that's way too many. That's way too
And
many
it's-
chemicals going into your body.
Right,
going
and
into your system.
it's a little different if it's natural. I mean, because for example, I went to my holistic doctor out in Roswell, Georgia, Dr. Gail Ravello, and she's from Jamaica. And her address is Sun Valley Drive, but she's extremely good as well. But of course, you know, with the holistic treatments, it can be expensive. But at the end of the day, you know, you're bettering yourself with the natural ingredients versus
Yes.
all the pharmaceutical ingredients that's messing up your kidneys, your liver, things of that nature. It's not even worth it. So
The side effects.
exactly, all the
Yeah.
side effects.
Just remember, the side effect is the effect.
That's it.
That's exactly what that particular substance will do.
And I got healed from a couple of things that I went to her for, and I spent about I think it was close to $4,000.
Oh, my.
But at the same time, I lost 40 pounds. That was the best feeling that I've ever felt in my life. You know, having all that weight off. I mean, nobody couldn't tell me nothing, doctor. You know, so you know, eventually, you know, I would love to be back in that place, but and I know that's going to happen. That's it. That's it. Let's do it.
Yeah, because we know that appropriate weight is actually the platform for health. That's actually the platform to build on. So
Absolutely.
That's one of the things we go for.
Absolutely. Wow, what a transformation. And you guys, if for those that are on Facebook and Periscope, you see we are lock twins. We are lock twins. I love your locks, doctor.
Thank you, and I love yours too.
Thank you so much. So you guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Kristle Shanell Show. I appreciate your time. Again, make sure you share the broadcast, share the videos, share the posts. Once the show is over, the show will actually be posted to my Facebook page. You're always able to reach myself, Kristle Shanell, on any social media outlet under Kristle Shanell or the Kristle Shanell Show. Also, for the listening audience, we do have a event coming up in South Carolina. That's Vance, South Carolina, on October the 8th from 3 p.m. And I don't know what time it's over, but let's just say from 3 p.m. maybe to about 6 p.m. I'm not sure. I have to verify with my mom. However, Dr. Williams, I want to share that event with you if you guys are up for traveling. I will have, my mother and I will have my mentor, Tawana Williams, in South Carolina, Vance, South Carolina, yes, on October the 8th. Tawana Williams, the Hope Coach, she is very, very powerful. I can't even begin to explain. You just have to be there to understand the experience that you will have on that day. I'm not going to share all of her story, but she was born without arms, and I'm telling you, her drive is no more excuses, no more excuses. So she's able to do so many different things with her feet, and when I was able to finally meet her, she just kept saying, there's no more excuses, no more excuses. So me personally, even though I go through different things in life, I try not to make any excuses. And doctor, if you can see here, right here against my wall, Tawana Williams drew that with her feet.
Wow. That's
And she
beautiful.
autographed that with her feet right
Whoa.
before my eyes. Okay, I was on my knees when I saw her autograph. She autographed both of these with her feet. Okay,
Beautiful.
When I tell you, I'm gonna try my very best too on that day to Facebook Live or Periscope Live for those that are not able to attend. But when I say get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, make sure if you're in South Carolina that you attend. I do have the flyer on my Facebook page. Make sure that you attend that event. Vance, South Carolina. I don't know the exact address off the top of my head, but it's on my Facebook page. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to try to pull it up really, very quickly for you guys. But you want to make sure that you're there. And also, another quick announcement. Every third Wednesday, my mom and I have a prayer line. which is called Online Intercessory Prayer. So make sure that you're definitely tuning in. You share the posts, invite your friends, because there's so much prayer that needs to be taking place on a daily basis, you guys. So when we have an opportunity to get together to pray, let us just do that, okay? Every third Wednesday, and it's from 7:30 p.m. to 8:05. And I am pulling up this flyer for you very quickly. Let's see. Dr. Williams, any other encouraging words you want to give to the listening audience?
Well, I just want to remind everybody to just go ahead and give me a call and ask their questions and see if we can give you some direction as to how to actually achieve that optimal, vibrant health where you don't have to make any excuses.
That's it.
You can be able to make that important contribution to your family, to your community, to your church, and to the world at large.
Awesome, awesome. And again, can you share with them your telephone number one more time?
404-642-3525.
Awesome. You okay? You need some water? All right, you guys. So, for some reason, this is moving a little slow. However, again, make sure that you're in... Give us 1 second. Okay. It's all right. It's okay. All right. So make sure that you're tuning in with us on October the 8th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you're on time, you guys. And what we'll do really quick is just take a quick commercial break. Let's just make sure that Dr. Williams is okay. Give us one moment. Lindsay.
A place of birthing all time even in the middle of the struggle, there's a place inside. A place in which we can rewind. A time where you have passed to show for all his
All right, you guys. Again, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the Kristle Shanell Show. At this moment, we're going to close out. I think Dr. Williams pretty much has done enough for this afternoon. She's encouraged you tremendously. So I want to make sure that you definitely reach out to her. Let her do that 20-minute free consultation. Again, make sure that you let her know that you heard about the show and you heard about what we were talking about on today on the Kristle Shanell Show, and she'll make sure that she gives you that 20-minute consultation for free. Okay, so again, 20 minutes consultation, you'll receive that for free whenever you decide that you want to reach out to her. But again, thank you Facebook Live for tuning in on today. Thank you Periscope for tuning in on today. Facebook, I will definitely be posting the video shortly. Not sure exactly why you guys were not able to see us on this afternoon, but my apologies for that. And we love you and appreciate you. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day.